Hello and welcome. If you're always here or if this is the first time you're stopping by, my name is Busola. It's a great delight to have you here again. A couple of weeks ago, I mentioned that I'll be doing book review. One of the questions I've had to answer most frequently is why grief? Why write about grief? Why do you like talking about grief? Why don't you write about more interesting things? Do you think these books will sell? And all such questions. To be honest, I I want the books to sell. I want the books to reach you and many other readers. I still hope to have my books as bestsellers because I have put in a lot into writing them, research, experience, stories, and everything that makes a book a bestseller. I also had to deal with the titles. Should I make it a little bit more or a little bit less obvious until you open and then you see what's inside? Well, I said, when you turn to the blurb, you will see what it's all about. Or when you read the first page, you see what it's all about. So why not just say what it is? It is what it is. We're talking about grief. We're talking about bereavement. We're talking about loss. But Busola, why do you talk about loss? My friend, I talk about loss because loss, bereavement, death, grief, they are all part of our everyday life. As much a part of our everyday life as events as childbirth, promotion on the job, graduation, engagement, wedding, name it, all the good things. Life is a mix. I'm sure you agree with me that life is a mix of all of this. So that's why I talk about them, because they are a part of life. Let's look at coming into life. We talk about expected date of delivery, that is EDD, and that inspired the title, expected date of departure. I thought everybody that comes to this world has two EDDs. Do you agree with me? There's an expected date of delivery when they come in, and there's an expected date of departure when they die. That's just it. So that's why we have expected dates of departure, and we need to prepare for such a day. Who prepares for the first EDD? Is it the baby that's coming? No. So when I'm talking about EDD, preparing for the death of loved ones, it is me preparing for the death of my loved ones, you preparing for the death of your loved ones. Now don't get me wrong, I need to prepare for my death. There are a lot of things I need to put in place. That's not what I'm talking about here, but that is very, very important. You are going to die. None of us lives here forever, so you need to prepare for your death. That is undisputable. But do you prepare for the death of your loved ones? Do you even allow yourself to think about it? When it crosses your mind, you chase it away. You block your mind. You don't want to think about it. That's if you are anyone like I used to be. I would not want to think about it. No. And for years, it plagued me as a fear. The fear of losing my loved ones. Years, decades, until I decided to do something about it. And you may have heard that story before. I decided to do something about it. And doing something about it over the years gradually led to my writing about my experience. My experience of how I gained victory over this fear. At the start of writing the books, I still had all of those fears. And I mentioned to my friend Eberi that, do you know the first reader, the first target of the books I want to write? It's me. That if it's possible, I would write there that this book is especially for me. It has done me well, writing the books, researching for the books, reading for the books, interviewing people for the books. It's done me well. It helped me to lose the fear of thinking about the death of loved ones, and instead to be proactive about it. You see people who have relations who are ill, sick, and it looks like this person may not make it. This person is likely going to die. But we don't want to talk with them. We don't want to think about it. We don't want to talk with them about it. Meanwhile, talking with that person about it will bring a whole lot of help your way, because you can talk about things that will happen when they are no longer around, and they can help you make some decisions before they go. Unfortunately, not talking about it does not stop it from happening. Avoiding it does not prevent those bad things like loss, bereavement from happening to us. The disadvantage of not talking about it, not thinking about it, not preparing for it, is that it leaves people shattered, battered, and totally without clue what to do when they lose loved ones. It breaks my heart when people find themselves in such a situation. I write about grief to help people become grief literate. You have an idea what to expect when grief comes your way, to let you know that grief is an emotional wound, just as you have physical injuries, and the wound will heal as physical injuries heal, and to help you think of how to take care of yourself when you have those wounds so that they can heal properly. Nobody leaves their wound to fester and they don't take care of it, and they say, oh, it will just happen, it will heal, time will heal it. It's the same thing with grief. Preparation and care bring healing. As a result of the knowledge gained from reading and learning about grief, what I call from grief literacy, you will know that your grief does not have to crush you. In fact, that it can build you, it can make you. You can rise up, you can grow through it and become a better person. I have to say that becoming grief literate or being grief literate does not mean that you don't feel pain when loss comes, but it helps you to know that grief doesn't have to be the end of joy, ambition, or any good thing in life, but that you can up again and go and be stronger. I'll be very happy if you buy my books. It will really bless me and encourage me to continue doing more of my writing. You will enjoy them and they will bless you. The links to buying and phone numbers are in the description. If you like what you've heard, please click like and share with others. It can be helpful to them. I don't know who this won't be helpful to. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed to my channel. If you have comments, they are welcome, and if you have questions, also questions are welcome. If you feel that your comments or questions are more personal than what you want to put out in the comment section, then you can direct message me at my Instagram, Olubusola Eshiet. Thank you again for coming around, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next video and through the book reviews and all other things that we usually do on this channel, like celebrate ourselves, enjoy life, chat. Thank you. Bye.